How's it going? Welcome to the conclusion of Can I Make a Living Playing 1-3? If you haven't seen the previous videos, it's 4 of them, and it's just every week I filmed a session and I kind of updated how it's going through. So if you want to follow the whole story, I'd recommend going to part 1 of Can I Make a Living Playing 1-3. And if you don't want to, well, just you'll find out right now. We're gonna do right now is gonna go through the whole month on the Bankroll app. I was using at the moment. I switched because who was it again? It was Bink reached out to me and they gave me a free lifetime of their app, and I definitely like it more. You know, both sides have their perks. I mean, the only thing that I'm really missing in a Bink one is the option to add promotions. They don't have that, and I just put that slot, so it's not that big of a difference. Anyways, let's jump right into it. Yeah, if you watched it, it was not a great month. And of course, I had losing months, not that many, but I did book a profit, but way less than I was hoping, way less than I think I can make in 1-3 on the long run. Again, 1 month, I'm not sure how many hours, we'll find out as we go through the month, but the hours I played, it's not a deciding factor of how my hourly will be. I do think as well, I've been working a lot on my game since I'm filming this a good amount after. It is now March, and that was January, and I actually did a whole boot camp. I'm sorry I have my kids outside in case you hear some crying. It is what it is. I got a whole family out there. So I did a whole boot camp, 28 days. That was amazing. I definitely thought I needed it for my game. I think, as a lot of comments said, you know, I was playing pretty ABC. I'm making a profit. You can make a living off of that, but I could for sure be making a decent amount more money the games I'm playing. And one big factor is pumping up the aggression. I don't think I was being as aggressive as I could be, and I was missing a lot of spots, and with that, a lot of money. So I'm actually gonna leave a link to that boot camp if you want to check them out. It's not for beginners. You'll see that in the price. It's something pretty expensive, but you know, if you're serious about poker and about live cash, because it's for cash games, it's specifically for live, it will definitely be worth the money. Probably, I could imagine you'll see the price, but you'll make that back pretty soon, pretty quick, because the stuff, the content, the information they give is amazing. Anyways, let's just jump right into the month. It was definitely not what I was hoping for, but let's get right into it. The first day, Monday the 1st, let me just start recording the screen so you guys could see this as well. A little more, I guess, entertaining. I'm not just saying it. So let's get quick through it. I'm going to put it up here, and like that, you guys could see the hourly as the month went by. First session, Monday to January the 1st, was the first vlog, was episode 1, that we were down 140. And I'm going to share promotions too, so you guys kind of see, because, you know, when you're at casinos, especially if you're trying to win lower stakes, if you could grind promotions, it's extra, you know, it adds to the hourly. That definitely try to compensate for that. You know, usually when you're playing 1-2, 1-3, the rake is pretty big compared to the size of the pot, but I'll talk about that at the end. Some tips on how I think you could improve your hourly playing smaller stakes like 1-2. 1-2 is even harder. Let's just stick to 1-3. All right, so Tuesday, 25, we won a jackpot and 540, so we got going good, but next day we were down 260. 200 promotion, 200, 535, another promotion, down $90, 50 promotion, up 235, down 565. That's definitely, anything over 400 is definitely a hit in 1-3. Up 185, up 610, that's definitely a good session. Up 90, down 50, up 400, that's nice, down 225. I do think this was a lot of the theme of this month. Now that we're halfway through it, I didn't get any momentum going. I'd win a session, then I'd lose one. I'd win one and I'd lose one. So it was, you know, frustrating. It was a big factor as well that I'm filming and I'm making this, that I'm going to share with everybody. I've never shared my whole month, session by session, of profits like this before. You know, I shared on my stories, but not like this. So I was hoping for, you know, get something going, have a nice hourly, and just this whole theme of this month was that, like, I'll win a session and then I'll lose one. I'd be up 400, the next day I'll be down 400. So it just seemed like the whole month, it was just almost a straight line. So yeah, that's how it felt. I thought that month was like. So let's keep it going. 385. I won 2 promotions the next day, 100 and 500. Oh yeah, that was the first time ever. On Wednesdays, they have these tickets. So if you have pocket aces, full house, and better, you get tickets every day. And on Wednesday, they do a raffle. So that was the first time I ever won $500 on that one, and actually won it this week as well. So yeah, the promotions definitely helped me a lot in this month. And yeah, let's keep it going. Down 25, down 595. Those were definitely not fun. Up 435, down 300, as I mentioned, up 100, up 50. Oh, sorry, no, those are promotions. 150 and 50. So I made $200 in promotions that day, plus 520 playing. So that was an amazing day. But as I mentioned, it was the theme of this month. Next day, I lose $625. And the next day I'm up 50. Next time up 280. The day after I'm up 100. Oh yeah, these last days just wrecked my hourly so bad. Down 155, down 325, down 515 for, well, that's the bills. Just cover that up. For this ending hourly that, yeah. Let me just put my phone down. That must have recorded. Let me confirm that it recorded. All right, cool, it recorded. So yeah, that is my hourly for January, just playing 1-3. But one thing I didn't include, let me see if I can find it. I'm not gonna waste too much time if I can't find it. Hope I can find it. Sorry, I won't take too much time. Oh, here it is. But I hope I can see anything. You can't see anything here, right? No, you can't steal this from me if I show it, right? But I won this Best Buy gift card on Tuesday. That's worth $500. So if you add the 500, it's this. But I'm not gonna add it because it's not actually monetary. It's I could spend it at Best Buy, but so it's not actually money. But hey, if you include that, it's a little better. But altogether, definitely not the hourly I had in mind. Less than minimum wage. Still in the profit, but it was a pretty brutal month. I mean, I do think I could play better. As I mentioned, I did this boot camp and there was a few spots. Even, I mean, and this is just talking about the sessions I filmed. I don't remember every session. Sorry about that. That's the smallest one. He's about to be 5 months. That is, I'm just referring to the sessions I filmed. So I don't know how much money I left on the table on the ones I didn't. But there was even a few spots that I just didn't triple barrel when I didn't have almost any showdown, and not to be results oriented, but they would have worked. And just those few spots was another couple, extra $200-300. That I just didn't pull the triple barrel. And I do think in 1-3, they work so much because the majority of the population just doesn't do it. Like, people will call a flop, they'll call a turn, and then they'll evaluate on the river, because usually you find out on the river if someone's strong or not, because they'll give up. So often in 1-3 or even in 2-5, just people don't triple barrel. So when you do it, it looks so much stronger. And a lot of the times you could figure out how strong your opponent is too, because that's another issue I didn't know in the moment. You don't have to bluff trying to get everything to fold. There was a few spots I'm like, the river paired the top pair. I'm like, no jack's folding, so I'm just gonna check. But it's like, yeah, you don't have to always bet to try to get the strongest hands to fold, but do they show up there with weaker hands? Did they have a draw that maybe has a pair and a draw that you're not beating? Is there a flush draw that's ace high and you're not beating ace high? You could always target with your sizes different strengths of hands if they have them. So I didn't realize that in the moment, and definitely I think that impacted my hourly. Of course, I don't think I ran my best. I think even the way I play in the moment, I think I've improved my game through this boot camp, and I'm improving it a lot, just going through it over and over again and just getting down the theory of it. Even in the moment of how I was playing in January, I think my hourly is higher than this. And I talked with a few people that grind 1-3 at this casino, and I do believe I could, with promotions, get that hourly that is around, I think it's very realistic, 40 an hour, playing 1-3. Again, this is at this casino, because at this casino, it's just $5 an hour rate. That's the lowest, I think, in all California. Like in LA, it's $8. That's over 50% more. And as well, when and you don't see a flop. When everyone folds pre-flop, they don't take any rake. At every other spot, they take $1. And there's a bunch of promotions. Like, you saw how much promotions I won. I tend to average like $1,000 in promotions a month. That is a chunk. If I play 100 hours a month, that's $10 an hour. That is only from promotion. So if you imagine $40 an hour, well, I actually just have to make 30 because I'm averaging 10 in promotions. So this again is specifically for the casino I'm at. Definitely harder in other spots like LA that the rate is higher. And there's other factors too, because I mean, why? Why do you want to make a living playing 1-3? Because if you're winning 1-3 a decent hourly, you're probably going to be winning in 2-5. And a lot of times it's almost easier to win in higher games when there's even bigger games than that one, because the rake takes such a chunk of your profit in 1-3 that to be winning, you have to be doing really good because you have to compensate a lot from how much the house takes. So when you go bigger, the rake isn't that big. So it's actually easier to make a profit because the house isn't taking so much. So that is another reason. Like, if you're winning decent in 1-3, well, just go up because you'll probably just be making more money in bigger stakes. So that is a big factor. Like, why would you want to do this in the first place? But again, I do think it's possible depending on location. At the casino I am at, 100%. And let's just finish off with what I think is ways to boost your hourly to make it more likely. And dude, stop limping. Limping is so bad. I mean, especially in small stakes. Maybe if you're in time raked, there's more justification about it. And this is not tournaments. I'm just talking about low stakes. And it's crazy when I see this, because it's like, how do people not realize? Like, they limp, 3 people limp. It goes to a flop. The flop is $9 or $10 with a small blind if it's not a small blind involved. And house takes $5. Literally $5 left. You bet the flop and you take it down. You made $2 profit. You risked the 3 pre-flop and whatever you bet on the flop to win $2. It's insane. Like, it's just, don't limp. And don't limp. Another massive factor is building the pot. A lot of people make really small raises, like 10 or below 10. Like, I minimum, I'll raise 15. If there's limpers, I love when there's limpers in a game because it helps me build the pot even more. If one person limps, I'll make it 15. If 2 people limp, I'll make it 20. And I plenty of times get callers because people want to see flops. I make it $20, I get a caller, and the pot's already 40. So that definitely compensates a lot for the rake. Because if the pot's 40, okay, the rake is 5. That's a little over 10% pot compared to half pot. And another factor is not calling that much either, having more of a 3-bet range, because if you 3-bet pre-flop, again, you're just building the pot. So when you go to a flop and a rake is taken, it's a lot smaller compared to the size of the pot. Because again, if someone raises to 15 or 12, you make it 35. If they fold, the house takes nothing. So you just won that money and the house takes absolutely nothing. That's amazing. And if they do call, well, the pot's $70 and the rake, again, is under 10%. So definitely pre-flop is so important when you're trying to make a profit in 1-3. And I think that is it. I really appreciate this series. Was amazing. It's definitely the best response I've got in any of my content. Every episode did really good, and everyone seems to be really enjoying when I show every hand. So I'm going to keep that going. I have another series coming up after this one. It's going to be one random session I played in Vegas, since I was just kind of excited I was over there. If you don't know, I played Poker Night in America with Phil Galfond and other Run It Once content creators. That was so much fun. It was 2 days. I'm going to make content out of that too. But that may be in the future because I have the raw footage, but I think I may wait until they upload it to have better quality, or maybe their commentary and the hands on the screen. I'm not sure about that. So I'm not sure when the vlog of that's going to come out. But anyways, I'm going to upload next about Vegas, one, and then I'm going to have a whole other series that you're going to see how my game has changed, because this boot camp I did through all through all February, it was just what I needed, man. It was, you'll see. It was exactly what I needed. I got a lot of comments related to that when I post this, I'm not aggressive enough, a lot of it's just very ABC, and I agree. And I'm pushing myself, and poker's so much more fun now because it's just a grind. Not like so much of it's just not being automatic mode. How much can you make? Like, it's so much effort in every hand. Like in every hand, I'm trying to put as much effort in possible to how much money I can make, to make the most amount of money in every hand. And that's how you definitely could get your hourly to the next level. So if you want to see how my game has changed after all this, you'll see that in a coming series that's coming up that I'm already working on, and it's almost done filming. So with all that said, this is definitely a different type of content, and it's always vlogs. This isn't a vlog of playing. It's just talking about the month. I may do this at the end of the next series. I'm not sure. See the feedback I get. If you enjoyed this, let me know, and I'll try to incorporate it in between the vlogs to talk a little bit and, you know, just how it is playing poker for a living and just trying to improve while making content. And I don't know if some of you guys out there has family too and kind of balancing with that. If you have any questions, let me know. Happy to talk about it. If there's anything you want me to talk about, if I make one of these in the future after the next series is over, let me know. And as usual, if you could show some love, because I like making content, but as I always say, I don't make much money out of it. So this is all a grind. This is all big picture, future, and passion. So if you show some love by commenting, liking, engaging, sharing, that I could build this and make actually some money that I could dedicate more time. Because again, I can't take time away from poker to make content, because I gotta make money, basically said. Right now I can't afford to make less money. I gotta make as much money as possible, and hopefully it could be with content in the future, and your support makes that happen. And as always, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next vlog.